I'm Pia and this is Kini News. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has unveiled his new cabinet in a much-anticipated reshuffle today, with DAP's S. Sivakumar, the only minister, dropped from the lineup. The reshuffle, which took place a year after the unity government came to power, also saw 3 former ministers making a comeback.
Among the new faces include the appointment of Employees Provident Fund (EPF) CEO Amir Hamzah Azizan as the second finance minister. Earlier, the technocrat was sworn in as a member of the Dewan Negara.
Well, my personal view, and I think I have built this general consensus, that the Ministry of Finance, other than being headed by me, must have a strong professional team to ensure that we are on the right track and focus on the economy and not to be sidelined or deflected by political pressures. All right? And he has shown enough competence, ability, and has managed the affairs of EPF in a very impressive and satisfactory manner.
Meanwhile, Dr. Dzulkefly Ahmad will take over the health portfolio from Dr. Zaliha Mustafa, who has been redesignated as the new Federal Territories Minister. It was also announced that the new Foreign Minister is UMNO Deputy President Mohammed Hassan, who is moving over from his defence portfolio. Khalid Nordin takes over as Defence Minister, while former Foreign Minister Zamri Abdul Kadir replaces Khalid as the new Higher Education Minister. The Communications and Digital Ministry has been split, with Fahmi Fadzil as the Communications Minister and Gobind Singh was made Digital Minister. Stephen Sim has been appointed as Human Resources Minister, replacing his party colleague V. Sivakumar. UMNO's Johari Ghani has also been appointed as Plantation and Commodities Minister, taking over from Fadila Yusof, who has been appointed the Energy Transition as well as Sabah and Sarawak Affairs Minister.
Newly appointed ministers in the reshuffled cabinet lined up today expressed their eagerness to accept new challenges and start their respective jobs soon. However, PAS chimed in with a sardonic swipe at the cabinet size, which has grown from 28 to 31.
Amanah leader Dr. Dzulkefly Ahmad thanked Anwar Ibrahim for his reappointment as Health Minister and said he's ready to bounce back after a hiatus. Azalina Othman Said, who is retained as the Law and Institutional Reform Minister, thanked Anwar and his deputy Ahmad Zaid Hamidi for their trust in letting her keep her job. Former Deputy Education Minister Lim Kit Siang, who has been moved to Deputy Finance Minister, also thanked Anwar and vowed to do her level best in her new role. Meanwhile, outgoing Human Resources Minister V. Sivakumar bids farewell to his ministry and apologizes to all agencies and officials who dealt with him during his tenure. Parti Socialist Malaysia, which is known for championing workers' issues, in a statement today commended the Prime Minister for dropping Sivakumar by saying he is the sole Human Resources Minister it could not work with. On the other side of the political divide, opposition leaders slammed the reshuffle. PAS Information Chief Ahmad Fadli Shahari decried alleged double standards in Anwar's number of appointments to the cabinet, which is 60, up from the previous 55. Fadli also described Anwar's latest cabinet lineup as a reciprocal cabinet to repay UMNO's support, and he also predicted that the new cabinet will only last a year.
A Bersatu leader has claimed that UMNO Deputy President Mohammed Hassan's redesignation as Foreign Minister will weaken his position in the party and benefit Party President Ahmad Zaid Hamidi.
Mohammed Hassan has been reassigned as the Foreign Minister in the recent cabinet reshuffle to weaken his position in UMNO, according to Wan Saiful Wan Jan. In a Facebook post, the Bersatu Supreme Council members said the new role would require the UMNO Deputy President to be away from the country more often. This will allow UMNO President Ahmad Zaid Hamidi to strengthen his position, according to Wan Saiful. He elaborated by claiming that Muhammad's value in UMNO will go down under the Foreign Ministry, as there are hardly any agencies under the ministry to interact with the party grassroots. Meanwhile, he also claimed that Anwar has appointed EPF CEO Amir Hamzah Azizan as the second finance minister, as the premier had no faith in his own MPs. He also questioned the reason behind the appointment of UMNO's Johari Abdul Ghani as the Plantation and Commodities Minister when he could have been made the second Finance Minister instead. One Saiful suggested that Anwar was insecure from being outshined by Johari, who has served as the second Finance Minister under Najib Razak's administration.
Moving on to the next story. To prevent further defections, a past leader has sent out a warning to its members saying they will face consequences not just from its leadership, but also from the highest authority.
Past members have been warned that they will face expulsion if they voice support for Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim. Apart from automatic expulsion, its spiritual leader Hashim Jassin also reminded the Islamist Party members that they would also be judged by God if they turn their backs on PAS. Speaking to Free Malaysia Today, Hashim said party members have pledged allegiance in the name of God, so they are not only accountable to the President or the Central Committee, but also to God. Hashim was commenting on the remark by Bukit Gantang MP Syed Abu Hussein Hafiz Syed Abdul Fasal that 7 to 8 more Perikatan Nasional lawmakers will shift their support to Anwar soon. Syed Abu Hussein, however, did not divulge whether the MPs involved were from Bersatu or PAS. He was the fifth and latest MP from Bersatu to switch allegiance to the government to date. The four others who similarly backed Anwar were Iskandar Zulkarnain Abdul Khalid, Suhaili Abdul Rahman, Muhammad Azizi Abu Naim and Zahari Kaci.
DAP veteran Lim Kit Siang, who was accused of making provocative statements on non-Malays can become Prime Minister, will be meeting the police to clarify the matter. Kit Siang, in a statement, however, said he had no intention of being provocative, as it is stated in the Federal Constitution.
The police have confirmed the investigation into DAP advisor Lim Kit Siang following comments on whether a non-Malay can be the Prime Minister. Deputy Director of the Criminal Investigation Department, Rusdi Muhammad Isa, said Lim's statement will be taken tomorrow by the Classified Crime Investigation Unit, Bukit Aman. The investigation was carried out in accordance with Section 112 of the Criminal Procedure Code. Rusdi said the investigation was related to Lim's blog post on November 30th. Lim had made similar comments in his speech to Malaysian students in the United Kingdom, commenting on the possibility of there ever being a non-Malay as Prime Minister. He said this when commenting on how Barack Obama, who is African-American, could become the President of the United States after more than 230 years of the founding of the country. Lim, however, said that for the time being, for a non-Malay to become the Prime Minister of Malaysia is a statement of fact and not a statement of reality, and that he did not expect it to happen within the next 100 years. Earlier, past Secretary-General Taqiyuddin Hassan described Lim's statement as a poisonous propaganda that has the potential to create an atmosphere of disharmony. However, Pasir Gudang MP Hassan Abdul Karim defended Lim's statement by saying that there is no mention in the Federal Constitution that only a Malay can be Prime Minister.
Terengganu Sultanah Nur Zahirah wins libel appeal against Sarawak Report editor Claire Rewcastle-Brown after the Court of Appeal rules that the trial judge erred in dismissing her suit last year.
Sarawak Report founder Claire Rewcastle-Brown and two others have been ordered to pay 300,000 ringgit in defamation damages to Terengganu Sultanah Nur Zahirah. The appellate court ruled today that Rewcastle-Brown defamed Nur Zahirah through her book, The Sarawak Report, The Inside Story of the 1MDB Expose. Reading on behalf of a three-person bench, Judge Azahari Kamal Ramli said the KL High Court erred in dismissing the Terengganu Sultanah's defamation suit in October last year. He said the appellate bench is of the view that one only needs to look at the statement, which dealt with the allegation that the Terengganu Sultanah helped 1MDB-linked fugitive Joe Low secure a position in the state-owned Terengganu Investment Authority, TIA, which later morphed into 1MDB. He added Rewcastle-Brown did not check beforehand whether the Sultanah was even involved in the setting up of TIA. On November 21, 2018, the Sultanah filed the civil action which also named Gerak Budaya Enterprise publisher Chong Ton Sin and printing company Vinlin Press. The plaintiff claimed she was not involved in either the administration or the setting up of TIA. She was seeking 100 million ringgit in damages and wanted the second and third defendant to withdraw and stop the printing of the books. In their statement of defense, the three defendants denied they had ever accused Nur Zahira of being involved in corruption.
After over a year, a Selangor MB's aide is about to be charged in the Alor Gajah Sessions Court for his post on social media. The activist had been investigated for his tweet involving the Melaka governor in 2022.
The press secretary of Selangor Menteri Besar Amiruddin Shari will be charged in court on Thursday of an alleged posting on X over a year ago. The social media post is linked to Melaka Governor Muhammad Ali Rustam. JJ Dennis confirmed that he would be charged at the Alor Gajah Sessions Court in regard to his post dated September 6, 2022. In the September 6 tweet, JJ claimed to have witnessed a convoy with police outriders and escort vehicles blocking traffic on the Sprint Highway to perform a U-turn. He alleged that Muhammad Ali later emerged from one of the cars after a family dinner at a restaurant in Medan Damansara, Kuala Lumpur. About a month later, the activist was detained by the police over the said tweet and was released a short while later. Alor Gajah District Police Chief Arshad Abu previously confirmed that JJ was investigated under Section 505(b) of the Penal Code, which criminalizes statements that cause alarm or may induce someone to commit an offence against the state. He said that JJ is also being investigated under Section 233 of the Communications and Multimedia Act, which covers misuse of the internet.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news update. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Pia. Thanks for watching.